Hi there, I'm Matthew, one of Idle Swine Productions, and this will be the first Let's Play recorded on my new channel. Please feel free, in fact I urge you and encourage you to check out my colleague's channel and of course the main channel over at Idle Swine Productions. Now, here at Idle Swine, one of our most successful videos was always the Harry Potter Let's Play we did. Well, all of them have proved popular, and personally I enjoyed doing them immensely, so now I've got my own little space to fill. What I'm going to be doing is going back to the series roots, and I'm going to be playing the Game Boy Color version of Harry Potter and the Philosopher / Sorcerers, depending on localization, changes stone, which was an RPG and was considerably better and more in depth than the other installments in the series, the console versions and the PC versions. When I was a child, I thought it was a genuinely good game as opposed to the others. Now I'm less of a child, I think it's a genuinely mediocre game as opposed to the others, which are shit. Anyway, it should be quite interesting, it should be quite funny, and I'm hoping you will enjoy playing with me through one of EA's first and most well-regarded cash-ins on a movie franchise. Let's play Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Right, here we go. We've started up the game with the language select screen, and I'm assuming that if we put it in English we'll actually get the right title. This game was made by various people, including EA Games. This game also features some of the most god-awful 8-bit intro music I've ever heard. And when you start a new game, it requires you to choose between 3 unused files, rather pointlessly. Dear Mr. Potter, you have been accepted to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. This is the most setup you ever get in the game. If by some chance you come to play the game without having read the books or watched the movies, you will not really know what's going on to begin with. It does a fairly good point of explaining the plot from the point at which you start, but before that you'll have no idea, so if by chance you don't know the plot, I advise you to find a plot synopsis. It should be incredibly easy to do so. So we start at Diagon Alley doing a bit of shopping and being talked to by a large hairy giant, as you do. He rather patronisingly informs us that we are stood in front of a wand shop, as you can see by the sign. He goes in because he doesn't believe you're capable of buying anything by yourself, and you're left to explore. Of course, the most logical thing to do is to immediately follow him into the shop, but interestingly you can walk around and talk to people, like Merlin here, who informs you, in the curious and non-sequitur fashion RPG characters have, that the shops will buy back what they sell you at reduced prices. You can also poke an owl. I'm trying to talk to this guy again. He says other things. No, I don't want to talk to the king. Oh no, he just says that this guy warns you that rats live in the alleys and will attack you on sight. Which is rather worrying, that the place is so infested. Interestingly, at this stage of the game there are no random encounters to be found, because for some reason the game, as I've pointed out, allows you to walk around before you get a wand, and you have no way of entering combat. Anyway, enough babbling, let's go and get a wand. Hello, Harry. This is Mr. Ollivander. He'll set you up with a wand, because he's got a monopoly on the entire business. Come find me later at Gringotts Bank. I could walk with you, but I'm antisocial. Blah blah blah, 1 wand for every wizard. Try this one first. You have failed. Try this one. You have failed again. Try this one. It is clearly more important because I have told you what it is made of. You have caused there to be a momentary power cut in my shop. Clearly I have found you the right wand. It is equipped with the spells Flipendo and Vermilius Uno, which will scare away enemies because they sound so ridiculous. The game congratulates you for clicking through a few lines of dialogue by presenting you with a screen and some incredibly annoying music. So after that somewhat pointless episode, we meet this guy. Hey, aren't you Harry Potter? Indeed I am. Blah blah blah. Does everyone know everything about me? Yes, unless you're the player of this game who knows nothing about you. Blah blah blah. Do you need any trading cards? £3.50 a pack. What are they? They're cards you collect and trade, and you can make card combinations that create magic. We're in some kind of Yu-Gi-Oh crossover, I think. Harry laments about the past 11 years of his life. Here, pick the deck used to collect. Gregory the Smarmy, Gulliver Pokeby, Justus Pillywhittle and Merwin the Malicious. I know very little about any of them, but Merwin the Malicious looks cool. You get a Folio Magi, which receives your cards, which stores your cards, and you get a Folio Triplicus. Rather confusing. You can indeed use card combinations to create special moves in combat, but in order to do so, you need the cards. The cards that make up the combination, and the combination itself, the recipe as it were. The Folio Triplicus stores the recipes, but it's rather confusing because it says you have received a new card combination, and you'd think that means you've actually got the cards for it, and you haven't. So he gives you 2 card combinations and 4 cards, and he wanders off without introducing himself. More of him later. To the bank. You'll notice up in the corner there, little blue weird spot things. These, because I might as well demonstrate, are random encounters. So here we have encountered a rat, which we shall dispatch with Vermilius Uno. Fairly simple combat system, I'm sure you can see how that works. Somehow the rat apparently had 4 sickles on it, I don't know. I like that system because it allows you to, if you don't want to fight in too many random encounters, you can avoid the little blue dot things fairly easily, but not too easily if you get me, so. More dialogue. Enter a stranger, but take heed of what awaits the sin of greed. Did they get William McGonagall to write that? I don't know. So we go through Gringotts Bank and encounter some rude goblins. Well, so they're pretty polite at this point. They get rude later on. Hagrid is racing with our guide Griphook. And drops rather heavily a plot point. There's also the matter of the you-know-what we talked about before. So we follow Griphook into a deep, dank tunnel, and he prophetically orders you to stay together, please. Naturally, Harry trips, grazes his knee, and shouts after Hagrid, who for some reason completely ignores him. This rather gratuitously throws us into the game's first dungeon. Now naturally Hagrid went this way, so any experienced RPGer will know that the first thing to do is to go the opposite direction and try and find some free items. I'm not sure if there are any here. The doors to the other vaults have a tendency of insulting you if you try to open them. Who knows what could be inside this vault? Not you, for one. Anyway. I'm not sure if there is anything in this one. Ah. Heavy switches and wizards cards are everywhere. We should probably check which ones we've got. I kind of forgot. Okay, we've got Yardley Platt, a serial goblin murderer, and various members of the Weird Sisters. I don't believe we have any card combinations active at the moment. Oh, we do, we have Drone. I can't remember what Drone does. Anyway, let's go get some experience. So, the fun of killing rats. Oh, the in-depth combat system of having 2 spells, one slightly more powerful but actually costing some mana. Oh, the in-depth tactical decisions that can result from such a scenario. This rat appears to have some pumpkins on its corpse. I think I'll have them as a snack later. So yeah, we carry on playing the Harry Potter Wildlife Extermination game. Killing more of Griphook's pets and stealing some money. So fairly standard RPG fare so far. Incidentally, I apologise for the slightly laggy audio output. There's not really much I can do about it apart from apologise, but... Oh, the tactical decisions that result from having to fight not only a rat, but a bat. It was actually quite hard. So we continue to wander around, utterly lost. Another locked door, one of the vaults helpfully informs us. Looks like you can get this way. I figured it would just be a dead end, but I think there are 2 routes to the dungeon, so... "42 damage, get in." Didn't really need the critical though, because they only have 15 HP.